Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. You guys, there's only 2 days until Valentine's Day. What are you doing for your makeup? Where are you going? Are you going on a date? Are you hanging out solo? Are you sitting at home just drinking some wine? I love coming up with Valentine's Day looks. In case you missed it, I've already made one Valentine's Day video. You can check it out right here. I used the Jackie Aina Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. The look came out super cute, but it was very bold, and I felt like I owed you a slightly more neutral, slightly more wearable look. And I also just got this very exciting package in the mail, the Blendiful. I already opened it, but don't worry, I opened it live on camera. So you're gonna be getting both a tutorial on this look using the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette and a review on the Blendiful. It's a 2-in-1, a twofer if you will. So subscribe and stay tuned for the tutorial because it starts right now. All right, let's get into this eye look. So like I said, this look is gonna be a little more subdued than the Valentine's Day look that I did with the Jackie Aina palette. So we are going to go in with a neutral color in the crease. I'm gonna be going in with the color Soothe in the sequin finish. Now don't be intimidated by these sequin shades because I wanna say when I watched Tati's video revealing the Textured Neutrals palette, she talked about putting the sequin shades in her crease and I was like, ma'am, we don't put shimmers in the crease. But this is not a shimmer and it really just adds some nice depth and you don't really see the like shimmer particles at all when they're in your crease. So definitely don't be afraid to put those sequin shades in the crease. I was watching a Robert Welsh video. He does these awesome reaction videos to like influencer makeup. He's a professional makeup artist and he talked about bringing your eyeshadow into like almost into your brow bone like this and then also taking it out to your temple. And he talked about how that just makes your eye shape look a little more like, not your eye shape, it makes your face just look a little more snatched, if you will. Right, great, that's our transition shade done. So now that we have our neutral transition shade down, I am going to go in with the shade Poet, which is this beautiful deep mauve-y pinky red burgundy shade, and I'm also going to use the sequin finish. Look how pretty this one is. You can see it has like blue reflex in it. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. So I'm just going to focus that on the outer corner of my eye and deepen up that crease a little bit. It's interesting, the sequin finish of this particular shade is not quite as pigmented as the matte. I wonder why that is. I might dip into the matte a little bit. I need a little more color here. So I'm gonna dip into the matte finish of Poet first. Yeah, look how much more I got in my brush. Yeah, there we go. That's the color I was looking for. Oh, I forgot, I wanted to use Scotch tape for this. Please hold while I get my tape. I've never done this before, but I've been meaning to try it for forever. So if you don't know, some people will use Scotch tape to get a clean line when they're doing eyeshadow. That way they don't have to worry about blending it too far out. And I've never done that, so I'm gonna try it. I'm trying to get some of the stick out. I know you're not supposed to put it on like completely sticky. Gonna put that right there. Yes, so now I don't have to worry about going too far out with this and it's gonna give me a nice crisp line. I'm not taking it all the way in the crease, just about halfway here. Then I'm gonna go back in with the brush I used for my transition color and just kind of seamlessly blend the line between those two colors. Alright, so the next shade I'm going to be going in with is that same color Poet, but I'm going to be using the shimmer shade or the metallic finish. It's a beautiful shade. If you just go in with your finger, it applies beautifully. Now I'm going to take that all over the lid. I am leaving a little space on the inner corner because I'm going to go in with the highlight shade there. Right, I'm going to go back in with that transition brush again. I am so tempted to go in with glitter, but I said in the beginning of this video that this was going to be a more subdued, a little bit more casual. I'm not gonna say natural, because obviously this is not like a natural eye look, but I wanted to make it a little less complicated than the last Valentine's Day video I did. So we are not gonna go in with glitter, but I am gonna give myself a pop-in inner corner highlight, and I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Aura and the sequin finish. It's like not even showing up on camera because it's so light, but it's like a cream color with little flecks of pink in it. And I'm choosing the sequin finish over the shimmer because I want the shimmer on the center of the lid to be the standout shimmery color on this look, you know? I don't want too much shimmer. I'm gonna pop that on my brow bone too. Just the excess on the brush, not a lot. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye real quick and I'll be right back. All right, this is the eyeshadow done, and I have to tell you, this Scotch tape is a game changer. Like, I'm only doing my makeup with Scotch tape from now on. I cannot believe the crisp line that I have. Moving on, as I said in the intro that I haven't filmed yet, I am going to be also reviewing the Blendiful today because I just got it in the mail. I didn't even open it yet because I know for some people, for me, it's very satisfying to see somebody open a package. So let's open it together here. Wow, that was crisp. Ooh, and I have my little baby Blendiful, which I've heard is for touch-ups, so we're not gonna be using that right now. But then I also have the big Blendiful. Wow, it is so soft. Initial response, it is so soft. I just wanna, oh, Bert could use this as a little pillow. It's so cute. So I'm gonna use this to put on my base makeup. I'm not gonna use it for primer. I know she said you can use it for pore filling primer. I never wear pore filling primer. I just wear moisturizer. It's already on. So we're going right into my foundation. I like to use the NYX Tinted Skin Veil. The NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil, which is like a very light coverage, kind of skirting the line of being a tinted moisturizer. You'll see it's like this, you know. I wouldn't call it a tinted moisturizer because it's not quite thick enough to be a tinted moisturizer, but it is a lighter cover foundation, and I feel like I've only seen people use it with like medium to full coverage foundation, so I guess I'm just gonna dip into the product on my hand and start going in on my face. Maybe I should be dabbing it. I can't remember if swiping was bad or if dabbing was bad. There was one method that people had less success with and one method that they had more success with. Yeah, I feel like dabbing is doing better for me because when I swiped it, it kind of just disappeared. Went with a little more here. I don't know why I keep swiping it. I just said don't swipe it. Yeah, the dabbing is better for sure. So I went ahead and zoomed you in a little bit. I have the foundation on this half of the face. I haven't put it on this half yet. I think what I'm gonna do is apply it the way I normally would on the other side and see how that works. I love how it looks on this side. I know my breakout's peeking through, but it's fine. I'm gonna use concealer. The only thing that I've noticed is I feel like I used a good amount of the product, like more than I would normally use, and I'm afraid that part of it got stuck in the Blendiful itself. So that would be my only concern. But again, I do use really light coverage, really like moisturizer like foundation, so you know that could just be an error on my part. Maybe if I used it with a more full coverage foundation, I wouldn't have to use as much product. Okay, yeah, I without a doubt had to use a lot less product on the other side, but truthfully I feel like I'm gonna chalk that up to me using a very light coverage hydrating foundation. I would like to find a full coverage foundation that I like so I can test this out with that. But I'm not just gonna use this for foundation. I'm gonna use it for concealer, I'm going to use it for my cream bronzer, and I'm going to use it for my cream blush. So, I know Tati said in her most recent video too, she said, I didn't create this for you to like replace all of your other tools with. Like, this should by no means, don't throw away your beauty blender, don't throw away your blushes. She just said, it's a supplement. It's something that you can use in addition to what you already have. So if I like this for my bronzer and concealer and blush, or really even just one of those, I will still be satisfied with this purchase. So I'm gonna use the same little corner here that I used for my foundation because who cares, you know? And we're just gonna try to blend that out. Oh, that is really nice. I use the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and normally I just go in with my finger, but I always end up poking myself with my nail or like getting eyeshadow that's stuck under my fingernail. I know, it's gross, I'm sorry, but I usually end up making a mess when I use my fingers. So this is really nice. All right, the concealer looks awesome. Cool, all right, let's use it for some cream bronzer now. All right, so my cream bronzer of choice is the Milk Baked Bronzer. And I like to apply some on the back of my hand first, just because I don't like to go directly onto my face. And I'm gonna keep using that same corner because truthfully, it's just kind of like dyed. There's no like product on here anymore. And I really like this one particular corner. It's what I'm comfortable with. So we're gonna use that to swipe on some bronzer here. This is actually really quite nice because I still struggle with bronzer a lot, like what tool to use it with. I've tried using a stippling brush, I've tried using a beauty sponge, and every time I just feel like I end up doing a bad job. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't look good, but this is blending it out so that there's like no lines whatsoever and there's no patchiness whatsoever. This is also a great bronzer, like the Milk bronzer is wonderful, but I don't know, I just feel like this is really doing a good job of blending it, making it look more natural. I like it. All right, cream blush. All right, so the cream blush I'm gonna be using is from ColourPop. It's in the shade Aloha, and the same with the bronzer. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the back of my hand first. And I think now I am going to use a different part of the Blendiful. So let's just flip over to this part here. I'm gonna fold it slightly, dip into my cream blush, and just go into the apples of my cheeks here. This is, I think, the first time I've ever applied blush and not have had to like get rid of a circle. You know, you normally put on blush and it like starts out in a circle and then you have to take a brush and just like until it turns into a more natural shape. This just like made it look like a natural shape immediately. Wow. We gotta move on, we gotta move on. Let's try some powder. Okay, so I am gonna flip the Blendiful around now because I wanna use that tight corner for the powder. So I'm gonna be using a loose powder. This is the Ciate London Extraordinary powder. Like, I normally would tap this off. I don't know what to do now. Maybe I'll just tap it. There we go, that worked. I'm just hitting my hands together. So I am not one to bake at all whatsoever, but I do like to set my under eyes because I use a very hydrating concealer. So, oh, that was really nice. Let's see if I can swipe away the excess here. Use a little bit of the excess to just do some pore filling right here, maybe on the forehead. Well, that's fantastic, wow. I don't think I've ever had such a pleasant experience with loose powder before. I don't use loose powder a lot, but when I do, I just feel like I end up looking a little crusty just because I think the brushes I'm using are applying too much, or they're applying it in too concentrated of an area, whereas this like really just allows you to get in there and very gently touch your under eyes. That's the other thing I like about this for the under eye, is that I'm always screaming about in my skincare videos that you should be extra gentle on your under eyes and that you shouldn't tug and you shouldn't rub, but then I go under there with a makeup brush and I'm like, so I feel like this is a nice gentle tool for the under eye. I like it so much. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face real quick. We're gonna do some mascara, we're gonna do some false lashes, and maybe put a quick lip on, and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. All right, you guys, I went ahead and put on a lip. I finished the rest of the face, and I am feeling like a sweet romantic Valentine. I love how this look turned out. I love how the face looks. I love how the eyes look. The Blendiful, oh my goodness, was wonderful. As I said, I didn't love it for the particular foundation that I used, but I think it's just because this is too much of a moisturizer. You know, she even said don't use this with a hydrating primer, so I feel like I should have interpreted that as also don't use it with a hydrating like coverage foundation, you know? So I'm gonna try this again when I find a full coverage foundation that I like, but I loved it for concealer, loved it for bronzer, loved it for blush, loved it for powder. Worked great for literally every other step of my makeup routine, so I can't wait to keep using this. And I can't wait to go in with my little touch-up baby later because he's so cute. Look at him, he's a Valentine, he's a little heart, we love him so much. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. If I don't see you again, have a great Valentine's Day and have a great day today. Goodbye.